So, the first reading, okay, five reasons why I have failed, not why traders fail, because like I said, I'm going to be using myself. So, there's no need of going online to browse. I'm just telling you from my mistakes so that, like I said, you cannot truly or you cannot 100% learn from me. You have to do this thing on your own so that apart from listening to me, what you do now is to just listen to me, watch, and you might not really take note, but when you go in one on one in the market, you make this mistake yourself, you lose money, you come out. Now you start remembering what some things I've said here, and maybe my solutions might help you. That's just it. So I'm actually making you aware of these problems so that when you go in and you make these mistakes, you just know that it is normal as a trader. So what is really important here is how to overcome these mistakes and keep moving on. So that's one of the reasons people keep talking about their experiences. So it's not where you say you learn from other people's mistake. There is nobody that don't make mistake in trading. So don't even think of being perfect. Just do you and prepare to upgrade yourself every time. So number one reason why I failed is of why I do fail or why I've been failing. That's should I say taking losses in a row is fear. This is also a psychological trap. When I'm coming to psychological trap here, I'm also going to tell you about the psychological traps in trading. So fear of the unknown. I'll just put it like that. Because you cannot be saying I'm scared of losing money. I've lost a lot of money and me losing money now should not really be anything to me, right? Because I've been losing money, I've lost money. Even before I got the strategy I'm using, I've lost a lot of money trading before I got the strategy. So why are you still afraid of losing money? You cannot really call it you're afraid of losing money. It's just fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is that you're afraid, you don't know why you're afraid, but you just feel like you're not doing something correctly. And when you don't trust yourself, there's always a space to lose or a space to make mistake because you're afraid, you're pressurized, you're tensed, and when all these emotional should I call it emotional trauma or stuff like that. Some say it's PTSD, you've had experience of how you lost money before now. Yeah, you can call it PTSD and you will be disorganized. Yeah. So those fear, that fear, sometimes you just feel perplexed. You don't know why you are in that mood, but you're just in that mood, especially when you have a running position. How do you manage the first stage of the running position? Because there are stages in a trading position where at times your analysis can be top notch and maybe you took that trade too early. So the first 1 hour of your trade is profit. You'll be seeing like profitable. Then there are like the second phase of trading where it can be a late entry and due to the FOMO, which is fear of missing out, you just take that trade and maybe after taking the trade, what you were now waiting for because you were afraid of missing it, what you were now waiting for start playing, which is like the retracement. When the retracement start playing, your running position will not be on a loss, which is now going to make you feel pressurized. Now you're not afraid of losing the money because due to the law of risk management or due to the risk management plan you had, you're able to take that risk, right? But for some reason, you feel like you've done the wrong thing and you are afraid because maybe you value money too much and you can't even take the risk of losing what you've risked. It's very real. It used to happen. I know you might not really understand what I'm saying, but when you come and play with the chat on the one, you get to understand. I'm smiling because I know it's very true. You can just be on a running position and you've agreed within yourself that you want to lose $3 today on this position, no matter what plays out. But during the course of trading, you keep on looking for mistake you've not made. Now, just to justify that you're wrong, you were wrong because your trade is now moving against you for like maybe one pip or so, just because the first phase of your trading or the trading position is running in a loss, doesn't mean you're wrong, but due to your bad psychology, you think that you've made a mistake and you're now afraid of risking or losing what you've risked at the same time, although that was what you're supposed to risk. So that's just it. So when this uncertainty comes into your mind, you can end up closing down your running position that's just started with a loss for the first 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and After the next 30 minutes, your trade is now down to take profit. It's going to register something in your mind because every trade you take has to do something to your psychology, builds it or kills it, or even makes you have enough confidence. I don't know. Yeah, but every trade you take does something to your strategy, sorry, to your psychology, your decision making. That's one thing in trading because if you keep on taking win trading or winners like you're on a winning streak, you start building confidence over time. You start building good psychology because now you've started winning on a roll. You have this confidence that your strategy works, and with time, you keep on taking trades like it's nothing. But when you start taking losses in a row, that fear always comes in. When you're losing, uncertainty always comes in. You keep on doubting if you are on the right track. I know how many times I've closed a running position and lost just because I was too scared to keep on holding, or I was too scared to risk fully what I have risked or set in place for that trade, which now ended up a losing trade. I have lost the supposed profit I was supposed to make and also lose to the little margin that I allowed the trade to run against me for that time giving. So this is something that do really hurt you. And after when you get hurt, like I said, every trade has to do something to your psychology. When you get hurt, now it can also step up your overconfidence a little bit in your next trade. When you now actually make a real mistake, which you've seen, you will now have to remember what happened to you in your last trade that you closed this pair just because you were uncertain about it. And even if you're seeing a mistake, because at that time you keep on trying to dodge it because you feel like what happened last time is going to happen again. So now you're now overconfident in a wrong setup, even if you've seen your mistake. Because so these are things that do happen. Psychology is the whole trading game here. So, like I said, fear of the unknown, you keep on fearing for no reason. Why are you in this trade? What are you doing? Are you in the right trade? Is it going to go against you? Are you supposed to enter now? Fear of missing out. Fear of the unknown is an undefined fear. You're just afraid. Not really for the money, not really for the setup. You don't know why you're afraid, but you're really disturbed. How will I say? What would be the possible solution to avoiding this fear? I would just feel like number one is risk management because if you're not afraid of losing the amount you've set in place, then that should be like a 50% um less pressure on you because you've risked what you can lose. That's 50% cool. Then the other 50% is make sure you're taking a high probability trade setup. As a trader, you're supposed to know your A plus setup and the one you feel like these are something that if you do it and you have like a peace of mind. I know my high trade probability setup. I know my higher probability trade setup. I know the one which is not high, and I know how I approach them. Lower risks, higher risks, and so forth. So which other thing? Then the third one should be like do not think about the trade too much. Just expect the worst from the trade because if you're always 100% certain about making profit from every trade, you'll be afraid. Sometimes you don't even get to hold to the profit level, which is happened to me because due to the bad emotional control I have, you might not really be able to hold your trade to full TP.